Hello, YouTube. It's been a minute. I'm Sammy. Today is an interesting video. We have so much happening. If you've been feeling this hectic energy, this confusing, very strong, deep emotional, serious, even controlling or committed energy, all weekend was nuts. Okay, Venus was on Pluto for 4 days straight. That ended yesterday. However, Venus is almost gonna stop and turn around and go back. So Venus retrograde starts this weekend. As it does that, we're gonna be having a full moon in Gemini with the North Node for the last time before the node switch in the mid-January. All of this is happening, plus we've had Mars come into Sag, Mercury left Sag and went into Capricorn, joining Venus. So Mars is in a fire sign. You may feel more adventurous. You may feel like you need to go. You got to get going. There's an urgency. There's a need to be physical. You may want to work out more. You may want to do some hard labor or something to test your muscles or go for a run. And that would be perfectly understandable for this time. Mercury was in Sag, so we were thinking about where we wanted to go. We were thinking about where we were headed. And then that solar eclipse came in and we had the energy to do it, but we weren't quite ready. Now that Mercury has moved into Capricorn, we start thinking in a much more logical, serious way, not just about the adventure or the journey or the what ifs. This becomes a much more committed, serious energy of I'm not messing around. With Venus there, we already knew this was coming. We already knew this phase in our life when it comes to love, when it comes to money and career, that we were going to get hit with this Venus in Capricorn, very strong, sturdy. It needs to be real. It needs to feel stable. It needs to be secure, and it gets much more serious and committed. In relationships, this can cause a strain if you or your partner is not ready for that. So be aware of that. This could be Pluto's way of sharing with Venus, hey, you probably knew this wasn't going to work out and you kept pushing for it, right? All that Sagittarian energy was saying maybe, because the North Node is in Gemini. So that means the South Node is in Sagittarius. The South Node is actually with Mars. So Mars is either fighting for this idea that you have, this hope and faith in Sagittarius that everything's going to work out on this journey, or it's a new journey where you're recognizing you have to let go of that old way. You have to purge that old way because maybe you had hope in something that really wasn't ever going to come fully into fruition, or was just not ever really realistic. So you may have been putting something on a pedestal. The idea of something maybe was exciting for a time, and maybe you thought it would eventually come together, but it's not moving forward. So now we know, and we have the energy to do it with Mars here. The things that we've been thinking about, the push, the idea, the epiphany, whatever you got from the solar eclipse, now has Mars backing it and is ready to go. That being said, with the South Node here, it can be illusory. It can still be a bit deceptive in the energy that you may be hoping for something that's not quite right. So you got to check in with yourself, check in with Source, your higher self, where you're going, because Venus, Mercury, Pluto, and Capricorn, everything feels much more serious now, where you want to get down to business, you want to get going on new projects, or if it's love, you want to really get committed to that, or if it's a new career or whatever it is with money, side hustle, these ideas are coming around, and now it's time to start taking action. So when we do move and we take that action with Mars, we have to make sure with the South Node that we've learned our lesson, that we've learned and seen what is more illusory, what really isn't going to work out, and then take action either away from that thing or to let go of that thing so that you can approach the newness with that Mars energy in a fire sign, Sagittarius, where it is more spunky and maybe more challenging to others. You may feel like you kind of know everything with Mercury and Capricorn and Mars and Sag. You may feel like you're the one with all the answers. So we will need to take our time and make sure we're listening to others. Venus on Pluto is rare in Capricorn for this time, and it's going to retrograde. And I think it's been centuries since that has happened. So expect to see things on the world stage getting very intense, very hectic, and feeling out of control. With that being said, you are going to want more control. So be careful when you're speaking to your partner, when you're speaking to your boss, or when you're just talking to yourself about how things are supposed to be going, how you expect things to be. You cannot be demanding right now. You're going to want to be demanding right now. But be very careful not to try to take control of a situation. When I was doing a pre-shuffle, the Four of Pentacles came out in reverse, which can be a sign of insecurity, a sign of wanting to control, but it's also kind of like letting go. So it could be either or for you. You could be trying to control things, or you could be throwing up your hands and surrendering and saying, I give up control at this time, which is probably kind of a good idea. If you're realizing something isn't working at this time, now is good to let that go. Which is difficult. And that is that deeper hidden emotion. That's that stuff coming up from Pluto. That's the dead coming back to life, or people coming back around. And, and with retrogrades, that happens. Venus will be retrograde by this weekend, and it's going to be with the full moon. So really don't make any rash decisions, but you're going to know in your heart, especially if you've seen signs in the past, especially if Spirit has been showing you repeatedly the same issue and it's continuing to come up, and it's been coming up all this weekend in your mind, and now it's coming like stronger as we get closer to Venus coming to a stop, getting ready to go retrograde, back with Pluto, and then it's going to do it again when it comes back direct towards the end of January. So this energy is going to be here for the next few weeks, with Venus tippy-toeing, tap dancing around and near Pluto. Mercury being here, hopefully communication will be stronger, more direct in Capricorn. But be careful, like I said, to be needing to be right or challenging others in that way where you're not willing to listen to them, where you think you have all the answers. That could be a negative thing right now. What else? Oh yes, Mars again. Mars here in Sag. Mars is your identity. It's what you want to fight for. It's what gives you strength and power. And it could also be sexual energy. It's your physicality. So, like I mentioned, you may want to do more physical stuff. You want to go on a hike, you want to go swimming, things like that. You want to go camping this weekend and run 3 miles in the woods. I don't know. But they all sound great. And I was born with Mars and Sag, so this energy is especially strong for me. But it's a powerful placement for Mars. And it can cause a little bit of anxiety as well. So with that being said, Mars is your identity on the South Node, like I mentioned with Sag. We want to make sure we're not identifying with a false sense of identity, with that false hope for the future, what we see in the outside stage and what we see in our personal lives. So things in your life that have been coming up, be careful not to identify with those things strongly just out of hope, okay? We need to have some kind of backup here where it shows itself to be real and possible. If history has proven it's not moving forward, now is not going to be the time to try to push it forward. So we don't want to force anything. Everything now should be already set in stone. Everything now should have shown itself to be what it is. So we know the difference in the illusion of the South Node and where we want to actually move toward. I think that's pretty much it. So we want to be careful what we're fighting for right now. We don't want to fight others on issues that aren't real. We don't want to fight others on the pretense of some sort of hope that we thought was there, or something that really hasn't turned out to show itself in a realistic way. So Pluto does bring death. It brings transformation. And with Venus here, there will be a lot of endings. There will be a lot of swift changes, shifting, and back and forth. If you meet someone during this retrograde coming, you want to be very careful not to get caught up in their energy, because this Venus in retrograde can give a sense of mistaken identity, seeing someone for who they want you to see, but not really who they are. You don't want to make any rash decisions when it comes to relationships, but you want to take notice to what Venus is showing you. Any retrograde is about reassessment. It's about going back over it in your mind. And this is going to be relationships. It's going to be money. So you may feel like you want to get out and make a ton of money right now. And Capricorn is great energy for that. You will have the opportunity to go back over. Maybe you don't have the love in your life that you want right now. Maybe the love in your life feels strange at this time, or stressed or strained itself. And maybe you want more money than you have right now. And maybe that's frustrating. But we will be having new ideas. We should have already had ideas between now and the past solar eclipse. These ideas would have already shown up for you. Okay, and they will be in different areas of your life. This Mars and Sag energy will be too. So find out where your Sagittarius is in your chart. And also look to see where Capricorn is in your chart, because that's where a lot of energy will be happening for you. And then Venus, it's just about love and money. So you should already know this. You should be feeling this. You don't want to go into illusion. Don't want to fight for something that we're just hopeful about. That has already shown us, like, not going to happen. It's not going to work. And that can be painful. But this is something it's come up again and again and again in your mind. And you can try to avoid it. You can try to have hope that that's not the truth. But in your heart that's the truth. So now is the time to really try to make change. Okay, let's ask Spirit. Spirit guides, guardians, ancestors, higher self, source, creator of all that is. Please bless these cards. Please bless this energy. Bless my interpretation, and my intention is that we get the message for the collective, for the highest good, for the current energy, and for this week. Thank you. This energy, if you're not feeling it, it is so intense. It has been like one thing after the other. And all week, and just weird things, not going the way you wanted, awkward things, weird tensions, moodiness. Because Venus on Pluto's there's so much coming up, and it's deep. We're diving deep right now. So this was kind of a shocking, maybe volatile week, at least emotionally, at least in a way where you're recognizing something, like an epiphany, or it's like something struck a chord and you can't deny it anymore. Thank you, Spirit. Please give us a message for the collective for this time. Venus on Pluto, Mars and Sag, the lovers, Gemini moon coming up. Okay, this card represents Gemini, but this is what I'm saying. This is Venus completely. So we may be having issues in our relationships. We may be finding new relationships. But we want to be careful with those, as I mentioned, because of the retrograde. We have the High Priestess. This is about getting messages from our divine guides. This is about your intuition. This is about listening, going with your gut, and what is best for you. That popped out with the Ten of Cups. So this is Spirit really saying, when it comes to love, we want to listen to our higher self. We want to listen to our gut on what is going to be the most emotionally fulfilling thing. If you aren't fulfilled in your love life, if you are not emotionally fulfilled, and this could even be in relationships for some people other than lovers. This could be friends, family ties. If you're having an issue with someone in your life, you know what I'm saying. If the relationship is strained, if in your heart you know this is not your happy place, if this is not emotionally fulfilling you, or something is missing, then maybe that is the message. For others of us, the message is that you are going to know, you know already, what is going to make you happy when it comes to love. Some of us, we are under an illusion. For some of us, perhaps we're just holding out hope that things are going to get better. Even though we know already, we know with the High Priestess, this is not maybe going to end up that way. This is an illusion card. This is about fantasy. This is about options, or the illusion of options. This is about variety. This is about wanting more. And we're going to see when it comes to this Gemini full moon on the weekend, with Venus going direct, with Venus going retrograde that same day, it's going to be hectic energy. I can already feel it. All this past weekend with Venus on Pluto was just a taste of the strangeness, the awkwardness, the emotion that you cannot hide. There's no escaping it. So for some of us, we're thinking about other options. We're thinking about how can we make this love work, or how can we find something else. The Devil in reverse, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So this is about, letting go of control. There may be a sexual chemistry or relationship that needs to be let go of, because the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, don't have what you need. You don't feel nurtured in the relationship, and you don't feel stable. There's no security. If there's no stability or security, there's nothing there, and you can't control this. This person, whoever we're dealing with, and this seems to be for the collective, so this person could be a Capricorn, could have Capricorn placements, but this is just the Capricorn energy of possibly overworking, and then just strange, dark things coming up where it doesn't feel stable. Maybe this person isn't willing to put in the work. Maybe this person isn't making you feel stable. And it could be that you've asked for this from this person, and they're just never really going to give it to you. And this could be with anything, okay? It said the Lovers, and so for many of us, this is about relationships. Venus, it's going to be about relationships, but this is about wanting commitment, wanting this happy life, wanting to move forward, and trying to ask your guides and your gut, is this the right thing for me? And the only reason we're asking that is because we probably know that it's not, right? I mean, why else would we be asking? It's because we've already had a taste, we've already had a hint that things possibly weren't going to go the way that we thought. So if you don't feel stable, if you can't trust this thing, maybe you feel like you're an option to this person. Maybe you feel like they're not willing to fight for it. Let's see. This is definitely an energy of wanting commitment. So if you're not emotionally fulfilled and not getting that stability, that support that you need emotionally from this person, then that would make sense as to why we're feeling like this. Page of Swords. This is someone watching you. This is like the stalker card sometimes. This is about messages. And Swords is also about social media. It could be someone you met through social media, someone wanting to talk, someone wanting to learn more, someone who is immature. Okay, this is also the card for all talk and no action. Okay, so this is about things will get better, but the person or the situation in your life has shown itself to never grow. It's not moving forward. Okay, it's just staying the same old energy. So this person could be emotionally immature. This person could be younger than you, or just less experience when it comes to relationships, because it seems like whatever you've wanted from this person, which just seems to be happiness and stability, maybe a spiritual connection, but you just want something real. And it seems like they've offered or told you, yeah, one day, and you're ready to move forward, but they're not. Okay, so what that says to me is that it's not right for you to be on completely different pages. And then you know better than I do if this has been a long-lasting thing, or if this is just recent. Tell me about the outcome of the situation for the collective. This could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Yeah. Four of Wands in reverse. Someone is afraid of commitment. Someone is scared. There will be no commitment. So now's the time when Venus is looking for commitment in Capricorn and going to be here for 4 months. This is not going away. And if this person isn't ready, then they're just not ready. Then they need to say so. Or you need to ask. Have the conversation. Have this conversation. Is it going to move forward or not? And I don't want to wait a year to find out. This is the marriage card, and it's in reverse. Okay, so for some of us, we could be leaving marriages. We could be finding out that we're not as stable, that this person wasn't who we thought that they were, and that we could find emotional fulfillment elsewhere. Or we know now what's going to make us happy, and maybe we're learning that it's not this. The page is just like, it's like a wannabe. It's like somebody who says what you want to hear in the moment, but they don't mean it. And then we have the Hermit. This is Virgo energy. This is about enlightenment. This is about an epiphany. This is about Pluto showing you the deeper, darker aspects of you with Venus, of what you deserve when it comes to love, when it comes to money, whatever this situation is for you. The Hermit is about moving higher. It's about moving forward. And sometimes it takes being isolated. Sometimes it takes being single. For some of us, we have Two of Swords on the bottom. We can't make this connection to the decision we want to make. We go back and forth, or we're hesitant to make a decision. And now it's like we've decided to do that. There was an investment, okay? Some of us still want to invest. Some people want this Hierophant. They want this marriage, and they're willing to see where it goes. However, we're not feeling patient. Temperance in reverse, which is Sagittarian energy. Mars and Sag isn't going to make us feel any more patient about this. Okay, Page of Cups in reverse. No offers. That means it's like you want this person to step up. They're not going to. You want this person to come in and propose. You want this person to offer you their cup of love. It's not going to happen. Plus, it's another page. It's very immature energy. Wishes not fulfilled. Nine of Cups. That emotional connection that you want, that long-term steady fulfillment isn't going to be there when it comes to soulmate energy. Later on, there could be an offer, but it's another page, right? The Magician is here. Someone wants to create this for themselves, but they can't because they're insecure. This person feels like they're not worthy. They don't have enough money. They don't have enough to offer you. They're not ready. Okay, they're the Emperor, but they're in reverse. This could be Aries energy. This could be a fire sign. This could be someone who doesn't know their power or hasn't fully recognized their power. So they're afraid to step up, basically. And so it ends with suffering, unfortunately. Fool in reverse. You feel foolish. Okay, maybe you don't want to be single. Maybe this person is codependent. Maybe they know it's best to be single, but they just won't do it. Yeah, and you're not happy. Four of Cups. You keep yourself here in this mindset. King of Swords. Another air sign. So Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, possibly. Or just someone who tries to stick to their guns and act like There's something that they're not. Like, no, this is about my career. When my career is settled, I have all these rules. This person has rules and in their mind, a lot of logic for how things are supposed to go. But the emotional aspect doesn't match up. Get what I'm saying? All right. That is it for this week, or today at least. I do miss tarot, so I will probably get back on here sooner or later. Thank you. Please share this video. This is what's best for moving forward for everyone. So once this clears the way, so much more can come in. What we really want, whether it's we want to focus on career or love, then that will show up for us once we get this out of the way. Bye.